Hello dear children, today we are going to talk about gametogenesis. Gametogenesis Gametogenesis means the formation of gametes in the gonads. And what are gonads? These are testes and ovary. So, in testes, sperm formation takes place and in ovary, egg formation takes place. The process of formation of sperm is known as spermatogenesis, and the formation of ovum, that is known as oogenesis, that we have to study in this chapter. Spermatogenesis includes the three phases, that is multiplicative phase, growth phase, and the last one is maturation phase. So in multiplicative phase, here spermatogonia, that is a diploid structure present on inner side of the seminiferous tubules. It undergo mitosis to increase in number. Then second is growth phase. Growth phase, here spermatogonia, that is diploid, that grow and increase in size, and this is known as primary spermatocyte. As because in growth phase means growth take place, so its size is spermatogonia size is increased, and this stage is known as primary spermatocytes. Each spermatogonia is diploid, as I told you, because it undergo mitosis and contain 46 number of chromosomes. Now, maturation phase. In maturation phase, formation of spermatids takes place. Now, how it take place here? As primary spermatocyte is formed, that undergo meiosis first. We know that meiosis first is a reductional division. So, it leads to the formation of two haploid cells. Each have haploid means 23 chromosomes are there in each. That is known as secondary spermatocyte. And that secondary spermatocyte undergo meiosis second. Now what is meiosis second? Actually it is a division just similar to mitosis, and here only the same haploid structures are formed again. Here when second meiosis takes place, that form 4 equal spermatids. Now, last is a differentiation phase in which spermatids are transformed into spermatozoa. That spermatozoa are actually the sperms. And this process of formation of sperms from spermatids are known as spermiogenesis. And the sperm head that get embedded in the Sertoli cells in order to get the nutrition, because nutrition they are getting from the Sertoli cells. And from there only these are released. And this process of releasing the sperms, mature sperm, is known as spermiation. So, children, there are two terms, remember it. Spermiogenesis, that is a formation of sperm from spermatids, and spermiation, that means the releasing of sperm from the seminiferous tubules. Now, hormonal control of spermatogenesis. Spermatogenesis is always initiated at puberty. Puberty, when a person attains sexual maturity by gonadotropin releasing hormone. And we know that gonadotropin releasing hormone, that is always released from the hypothalamus. And when it releases, it stimulates the anterior lobe of pituitary to release two main hormones. These are luteinizing hormone, that is LH, and FSH. LH and FSH. Now, what is the work of FSH? Children, these are released in both male and female, but their function varies. So, in male, FSH, that is follicle stimulating hormone released from anterior lobe of pituitary, they stimulate Sertoli cells to release sperm, or we can say spermiation. Now, luteinizing hormone. It acts on the leading cell to release testosterone hormone. See this diagram. Spermatogoniums are there that when undergo multiplicative phase, that means they undergo mitosis to increase in their number. Thereafter, spermatogonium that form primary spermatocyte, and primary spermatocytes that undergo meiosis first to form secondary spermatocytes, and secondary spermatocytes undergo meiosis second to form spermatids, and these spermatids undergo differentiation and form functional sperms, which is their head is embedded in the Sertoli cells. This diagram you have to draw in your copy and practice it. It is very important. It can be asked in the examination. See this diagram, children. And spermatogenesis is always a continuous process which completes in 74 days. Now, the structure of a sperm. It consists of main 4 parts. These are head, which is covered by acrosome containing hydrolytic enzymes that I will tell you. Then second part, shortest part is neck. Head is a large part. Neck is the shortest part. Middle piece and tail. Tail is the longest part. Now remember, head is the largest, neck is shortest, and tail is the longest part. Now, and middle piece, that is known as powerhouse of the sperm, because it has numerous mitochondria to provide energy to the sperms. Now, let me begin with head. Head, I told you, that is the largest part and containing haploid nucleus. It has cap-like structure that is known as acrosome, and acrosome contain numerous hydrolytic enzymes called hyaluronidase. Name of the enzyme, that is why it ends at ase, and actually this enzyme help in penetration of ovum. How? Because it dissolves the outer layer or envelope of a egg from where sperm enters, and we know that only one sperm enter inside the ovum. Second is neck, as it is the smallest part. It is formed by 2 centrioles. And what are these centrioles? These are proximal centriole, which is necessary for the first cleavage division of zygote. And another one is distal centriole. It acts on the basal body and give rise to exoneme of the sperm tail. So, why it is important? It has 2 centrioles, that is proximal, and second is distal centriole. So, proximal is needed for the cleavage of zygote. Now, middle piece. As I told you, it is known as powerhouse of the sperm. So, because it has numerous mitochondria which provide energy for the movement of the sperm. As a result, sperm motility increases, which is necessary for fertilization process. Now, tail. Longest part, it is slender and tapering part, consists of axial filament, which is surrounded by plasma membrane. Axial filament is there surrounded by plasma membrane. It helps the sperm to swim and reach to the vagina through copulation. Human male ejaculate about 200 to 300 millions of sperm during each coitus. Now see this diagram. The head is there, which is covered by acrosome. Then shortest part, this one, it is known as the neck, and this part, it is filled with mitochondria known as middle piece, and this whole is tail. The diagram is important for the exam, so you have to prepare it also from your NCERT book. See the diagram. Now, oogenesis process, that is a process of formation of female gamete, and it occur in ovaries. It also consists of three phases: multiplicative phase, growth phase, and maturation phase. But children, remember it is a discontinued process because it is not continuous. It starts in the embryonic stage and thereafter it stops, and again it starts in puberty. And remember, no oogonia is formed after birth of a female. Means it completes in only embryonic stage. Now, it's complete in three main phases. Multiplicative phase. That means, as I told you, it starts in embryonic development. We can say in first month of embryonic development, about 1700 primary follicles are formed. So, and after birth, no oogonia is formed. And we can say in fifth month, about 17 millions. But many of them undergo atresia. Now remember this term atresia, that is the degeneration of the primary follicles. Thereafter, these cells start division, enter into phase first of meiotic division. Then they get temporarily arrested. This stage is called primary oocyte. Now, second is growth phase. Primary oocyte surrounded by a layer of granulosa cells. Now what are these granulosa cells? These granulosa cells are the somatic cells which are formed from the epithelium of the ovary. Remember it, from the epithelium of the ovary. And this structure is actually known as primary follicle when it is surrounded by granulosa cells. Now, as I told you, it undergo atresia, means many of them get degenerated from birth to puberty. That is why only it is formed in millions but remains only 60,000 to 80,000 in each ovary. Then when primary follicle gets surrounded by more layer of granulosa cells called secondary follicle, and here growth phase that ends as the formation of secondary follicle. Now in maturation phase, secondary follicle transform into tertiary follicle. And when tertiary follicles means here actually a fluid filled cavity antrum is formed in the secondary follicle, and this stage is known as tertiary follicle. It grows in size and completes its first meiosis or meiotic division to form large haploid secondary oocyte and a tiny first polar body. Now why secondary oocyte and tiny first polar body takes place? Because these are unequal division. These are not equal division. Why? Because polar body never participated in fertilization. Only the egg participated, so it will be wasted if there will be a equal division. So SS, that is why cytoplasm divides unequally to form secondary oocyte and a tiny polar body. Children, remember both these processes, oogenesis and spermatogenesis, very, very important. So practice it well. Then tertiary follicle changes into Graafian follicle. Children, note it down one point. Graafian follicle is that stage in which ovulation takes place. Because when Graafian follicle that ruptures, it releases secondary oocyte from ovary, and this process is known as ovulation, the releasing of secondary oocyte. Now, second maturation phase, it occurs during fertilization only. Fertilization, that means when sperm reaches to the fallopian tube, then only second meiosis takes place, or second meiotic division takes place of secondary oocyte. As a result, formation of again second polar body and haploid ovum. And you know that haploid ovum that take part in fertilization process, but the second polar body, it degenerates afterwards. You can see this diagram. Oogonia undergo mitosis, means increase in number. Then it form primary oocyte. Primary oocyte undergo first meiotic division, then form that covered by the, then C form first polar body and secondary oocyte. Then secondary oocyte undergo second meiosis second and form again the second polar body and the fully mature ovum. So remember one term, that meiosis second is only completed when sperm reaches to the female's body. Now I'm going to show you diagram. See this diagram and draw this in your copy. Both spermatogonium and oogonium are there, which form primary oocyte, and spermatogonium form primary spermatocyte. Primary spermatocyte undergo meiosis, then form secondary spermatocytes, and here when primary oocyte undergo meiosis, form secondary oocyte and first polar body. When both undergo meiosis second, here spermatids are formed in spermatogenesis process, and oogenesis that form the second polar body and the ovum. See this diagram. Now, the menstrual cycle. The rhythmic series of changes that occur in the reproductive organ of the female primates is called menstrual cycle. Means whatever the changes occur in the reproductive organs, it complete in 28 to 29 days, and it is repeated again and again. Now, starting of menstruation or beginning of menstruation is known as menarche, and stoppage, which is possible at 45 years of age in the females, that stopping of menstruation is known as menopause. Now, phases of menstrual cycle. It has the following phases: menstrual phase, follicular phase, ovulatory phase, and last is luteal phase. Menstrual phase, actually it lasts within 3 to 5 days. Here the rupturing of endometrium lining or tissues of endometrium lining and unfertilized ovum takes place, because if egg is not fertilized, it has to expel out along with the soft tissues of endometrium lining, and this is released from the vagina, and this phase is known as menstrual phase. Then follicular phase. Follicular phase, it is clear, means formation of Graafian follicle. We know that from Graafian follicle only secondary oocyte is released out. So endometrium of the uterus, and what are the other changes takes place? First of all, that here actually the formation of Graafian follicle take place. Then endometrium of uterus regenerate. Each month it has to be regenerated or become thickened due to secretion of follicle stimulating hormone and utilizing hormone. And from where these are released? These are released from anterior lower pituitary, and some ovarian hormone, that is estrogen, that is also released, and it completes within 10 to 14 days. So remember it: menstrual phase 3 to 5 days, follicular phase 10 to 14 days. Now ovulatory phase. Here when LH hormone is secreted or it secrete at the peak or rapidly. It induce rupturing of Graafian follicle to release ovum. Means ovum is only released when rapid secretion of LH hormone take place, and it lasts for only 48 hours. That means in this phase only ovum is released from Graafian follicle. Now luteal phase, the last phase. Luteal phase means the formation of corpus luteum. In this stage, Graafian follicle that changes into corpus luteum to secrete progesterone hormone, and again endometrium lining thickens. If egg, ovum or egg is not fertilized, the corpus luteum degenerates, and if it is fertilized, then it releases progesterone hormone, which is responsible for maintenance of pregnancy, and estrogen and progesterone level rise in this phase, and it lasts for only 1 day. So children, you have to remember all these things and note it down all the important points in your copy.